Hi everyone, this is Raju. I'm here to explain you about cloud computing. So let me begin with that. So cloud computing is a virtualized pool of resources available on demand from raw compute to the application functionality. And you can also refer it as running your workloads remotely over the internet. So this is possible due to some of the cloud public providers like Amazon, Azure, Google, Salesforce, and there are quite a lot of more rack space. So they provide a virtualized pool of resources, and you can use this based on your requirement, and you can deploy that quickly and run your services. So why do you need to go with cloud computing? If you look into the past traditional method, so we used to have a huge data center with a proper cooling and power source and bunch of servers purchased along with storage and networking devices. Depending upon the data center architecture, we used to even purchase the OS and softwares as per the service requirement, and we used to keep some team to monitor, do a maintenance activity, and for additional hardware, we need to raise a PO in the midway. And this was a current traditional way of using the resources, but this was taking a huge expensive, like maintaining the setup, purchasing hardware in the mid. You need to again raise PO for additional hardware, and troubleshooting the problem was taking more time. So, and in sometimes the hardwares would be kept idle due to no traffic because every day there would not be a similar traffic and it would vary for certain time. So even you need to balance that. For that reason you need to have a load balancer, additional hardware. So this were a lot of stuff which is getting expensive in traditional method. So that is the reason many of them move to cloud computing. If you look into the cloud computing benefits, so first would be the cost, because you no need to purchase any hardware and you can directly log into the cloud service providers websites, and you can create an account and purchase whatever resources you need, such as compute, applications, web apps, storage, anything you want you can purchase, and you can deploy them rapidly. And you no need to be concerned about the speed, because they do have in the backbone most of the connectivities would be in fiber, and these fiber connectivities would be carrying a huge traffic, and nothing to worry about the speed. And on the resources on which you are trying to configure, you can also vary the speed. Like in case if the resources which you have purchased and the speed is quite a less, you can have a maintenance activity and increase your speed. So there is a lot of options, and this doesn't need any PO. You can do it right front if you have a valid subscription. And you can also do scale out, scale up on the services based on the traffic utilization. This can be automated or manual. Suppose in a year, let's take an example of Amazon, where there would be a huge sales going on in certain times like festival season and big million day. So that time there would be huge customers who are sending requests to this particular site, and in the back end Amazon would be increasing its resources in order to cope up with the traffic. So once after that sale is done, then the resources also gets reduced, so that what what traffic is available, based on that you can increase your resource and you would be paying only for that. And once the traffic is reduced, you can also reduce your resources, so that no need of wasting your hardware and resources. And You can also increase your productivity by concentrating on what kind of work is actually needed. You no need of be concerned on the physical activity, like if there is any hardware issues, you need to contact the on-site engineers and get it done. That is not needed, and you no need of doing a maintenance activity on the hardware. So this is a time consuming, which can be reduced, and you can concentrate on your business goals. And if you come towards the performance, yes, they, as I said, that they have quite a lot of fiber connectivities across the globe, and that that would be a huge in size. I have heard in Amazon they do have a dark fiber, and I'm not sure about AWS. AWS will also be having the same kind of connectivities, because all these are all cloud providers, and they do have similar kind of concepts in the backend. And they also use older generation hardwares along with newer generation, so in order to cope up with the technology. If you log into any of the resources, suppose let me take an example in Azure. If you log in, you'll find multiple options like version 1, version 2. So version 1 means you will have some of the resources which were installed in the older generations, like in 2001 to during that time these resources would have been installed. So if you are trying to use these resources, so you can use them, and you do have version 2 as latest updated hardware resources. If your application is needed with the latest technology, then you can go with version 2. So that kind of options you do have, which will increase your performance, and no need of worrying in the back end. And if you come with the reliability part, cloud computing have their data centers across the globe, and you can have your backup recovered in different countries. If you want, you can set up a disaster recovery in different countries, so that you no need of worrying about any issues within the region. You can make sure that the resources will not be down and can be brought up in different regions. So in terms of security, there are talks going on that the cloud computing is something that we are trying to access the resources remotely over the internet, and there would be a lot of hackers and potential threat, which would make us feel that cloud computing is not a best option. But cloud computing providers are trying their best into bring up with certain policies, technologies, and they're trying to control using a lot of rules, such as they do have certain resources which are used specific to strengthen the security posture, like they do. If you come into Azure, they do have Azure firewall, Azure application gateway, and you do have ASG, NSG. So there are a lot of options which you can implement on the resources in order to control them from the security threats. I just wanted to highlight that there are few of the examples what's possible today with cloud computing. So you can create cloud native applications, test and build applications, store, backup and recover, analyze data, stream audio, video, embed intelligence, deliver software on demand. So what I wanted to tell you is that there are a lot of options available in the cloud computing. Like you can quickly build your application, deploy it, scale out it, and also you can test and build them. You can also store them, and the same way you can analyze the data by using a lot of options like artificial intelligence, machine learning, to uncover insights for more informed decisions. Along with that, you can also, once the application is built, you can provide as software on demand for the customers. So there are a lot of options available in today's cloud computing. If you come with the types of cloud computing, there are three types of cloud computing. One is public. Public is the one which I was telling, that there is Azure, Amazon, Google kind of competitors who are having their own data centers and providing the data centers, building up the servers and storage and providing them on a rented on-demand services. And those are called as public cloud. And if you come to private cloud is something that the company itself is building their cloud infrastructure within their own data center by using third-party cloud softwares. Like you can use OpenStack and build your cloud, or else the OpenStack is free, so you can use it and you no need of paying for that. But the problem is you will not get any support. If you want support, you need to purchase it. If you're going with Red Hat OpenStack, then you can get a support. But if you go with any other operating system, then it's quite a difficult. There are other competitors available who provide private clouds like VMware, and there are some more. So you can use the softwares and build your own cloud, and you can manage them. Hybrid cloud is a combination of public and private. So you'll have your own cloud within your infrastructure. In the same way, you will make sure that you'll have a backup in the cloud so that on premises you'll have your own infrastructure. In case of any issues in the on premises, you can have your data backed up in the cloud environment and you can use it for any recovery. Or there are some options like you don't need some of the applications to be on the on premises. Most of them should be in the cloud. Based on your based on your requirement, you can use them. But hybrid cloud is both combination of your public and private. Within this you have the services which are being provided by the cloud vendors. So they are being divided into four, that is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, function as a service, and software as service. So infrastructure is, I'll just take you there. I'll just show you with an example so that you would be getting more idea on that. So let me differentiate that. If you look into this, you will just get an idea that what is infrastructure as a service, what is platform as a service, what is software as a service. I've just not mentioned function as a service, so you will be I'll be explaining that in the later session. So you can just look into this. The infrastructure as a service is we can create our own virtual machines, we can create any compute resources or storage, we can do that. Just we need a platform where you can use the resources which are being available in the data center. For that, you can go with infrastructure as a service where the vendors would be taking care of the back end, that is the hardware, storage hardware, server hardware, and on top of that, they would have set up a virtualized environment, and that till then they will be taking care. After that, you can use that platform and you can create virtual machines, install operating system, you can run, you can deploy any applications, manage data, everything will be under your ownership. But that is not the case in platform as a service, where you will get a platform, like you will get a, based on your requirement, you can inform your backend team or to Microsoft, you will get a compute resource which will be predefined, you can't change it. On that you can test your applications. This is because I'm not concerned about the backend application resources, but I only need one particular platform where I can test my applications. So then, based on your requirement, you can use that any of the compute services which you can inform the backend team, that is infrastructure as a service team. They will be providing you with one particular virtual machine. You will not have any control with that, but within the operating system you can deploy the application, you can test it, you can you can run any issue. If you are gone with any issues or you need any increase of resources for that particular compute, you can contact once again infrastructure as a service. In software, it doesn't It's like you don't get any platform or infrastructure, you just get the software which has been provided, like Microsoft 365. For an example, I'm using that for accessing the mails and for incoming and sending out emails. But the backend, on which server it is installed, and what is the platform, what operating system it is installed, that I don't care. I just need that Office 365 just for my access, email access, and for sending out any emails. And there are other options like go to meeting. So if I want to set up a meeting or join a meeting, I just use the software. I'm not even concerned where the software is from, how it's been installed, what is the operating system, what is the code being used for developing this, that I'm not really concerned about. So for that, you can go with software as a service. So you can see this example where you'll have your infrastructure with your business applications, whatever, like servers, virtual machines, storage, networking, operating systems, everything will be available. You can choose it and you can categorize and you can build it. And for that, you need to go with infrastructure as a service. So the examples are AWS, Azure, DigitalOcean, Google Compute. If you come with platform as a service, you get a on-demand environment for developing, testing, and delivering the managing the software applications. It's designed for developers to quickly create web or mobile apps without worrying about the setting up or managing the underlying infrastructure. So you can look into the examples like AWS, Elastic Beanstalk, Windows, Azure, Heroku. So there are a lot more options. Okay. So function as a service. So function as a service can also be said as serverless resources, or it can be also said as container based, container as a service. So why I'm telling this is, you don't need any compute, like you don't need a virtualized machine or physical server in order to run this. You can use containers. Through containers you can run your applications, uh, which would not require an entire compute resource in order to run that. And by running this, you can also do some additional operations, like this will eliminate the time consumed by the application infrastructure development process. And when this is eliminated, the user can use and create the software's application and upload its code, set a trigger from anywhere. This helps them to pay only for the time consumed by the function to run. So there are a lot of options like Google, you have cloud functions, and in Amazon you have Amazon Lambda, Microsoft Azure functions. They are used just to test the particular codes, and you don't need to pay for an entire compute, because you're not using that, you're just using the particular function as a service for one particular activity for testing, and only for triggering. For that purpose only it will be charged. Software as a service, it's a method for delivering software applications over the internet. So as I said, you like Office 365, Salesforce, uh, GoToMeeting, Concur, WebEx, Cisco WebEx. There are a lot of options where they provide the software and we are not caring about the background. Only we are concerned about the software. So that you can use and you can get connected to the application over the internet, and you can use the web browser for getting connected, and you can start using the application. So that's it about. And if you have any queries, you can let me know. You can also stay in touch by getting subscribed to my YouTube channel, and I will also make sure if there is any corrections to be done in further videos, I'll correct myself, and I will do some more videos which would be giving you some more knowledge on the cloud topic. So next I will be telling about Azure, since I am working on the same product, so that would be easy for me to make some videos and share it so that whoever is interested to learn on this product they can look into that.